It's hilarious to see the commissioners of other leagues bend over backwards to compliment Caitlin Clark. I mean, I know it comes in contrast to the WNBA. When the commissioner of the WNBA was asked about Clark, she's like, "Well, and then the other rookies, Angel Reese and Cameron Brink and Aaliyah Edwards, and all the other rookies." And she was also asked, like, well, she also said Caitlin could get hurt. Like it's just odd. The compensation or complex that took place in the WNBA, and that's not a diss to any of those other rookies. They're all excellent rookies. Leone Fiebich was an excellent rookie, but we know the difference. As a great philosopher once said, there's levels to this. So to hear every other commissioner speak the way they do is pretty funny. Like the commissioner of the PGA Tour had this to say, right? What really struck me was her love of the game. Clearly, her competitive spirit and fire come through. That was Jay Monahan. That's not the only thing he said, by the way. He was part of the group that was along with Caitlin Clark. Zach Johnson, the actual golfer, said various things too. She's a competitor before she's anything else. I witnessed it a year and a half ago when we played, but I've also witnessed that she's gotten better. She's working on her game. She's amazing on the court and off. It was more of Monahan. What really struck me was her love of the game. Clearly, her competitive spirit and fire come through, and her ability comes through loud and clear on some of those tee shots. She's been playing seriously for a year and a half, and I've never seen someone in a year and a half strike the ball like that. And she's going to be playing this game for a long time. She's transcendent, and it's very clear. Her humility is her superpower. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see her interact with these young boys and girls, and she's done a lot for this game in a short period of time. Complimenting her for what she's done for golf. Forgetting basketball, right? What she's done for golf. And that's because Caitlin Clark is a multi-sport superstar. It wasn't just him. It was also the commissioner of the NWSL. There you see her. Having her interest in the NWSL is an honor. And we couldn't be more excited about her sharing her story of being a multi-sport athlete. That in regards to Clark being part of the team ownership bid for the possibility of an NWSL team in Cincinnati. More comments from the NWSL commissioner. Her accomplishments and contributions to women's sports is incredible, historic. It's changed the game for everyone, and she's amazing. Having her interest in the NWSL is an honor. We couldn't be more excited about having shared her own personal story about having been a young soccer player and loving the game. Her messaging around being a multi-sport athlete is so important for young kids who aspire to be just like her. And the future is bright for how we could potentially work with her or others who are influencers and interesting and engaging and growing our league. Meanwhile, WNBA commissioner, well, you also have these players. I mean, Caitlin Clark's clearly competitive. Caitlin Clark has clearly done a ton for women's sports. I'm just having a laugh, joking around. But again, the best jokes have some truth to it. And it's funny to see these other commissioners love Caitlin Clark the way that they do. And the WNBA, which has benefited the most from Caitlin Clark, almost seem to resent it at times. At times. I'm not saying that goes for everybody. I'm not saying it goes for the whole league. I'm not saying it goes for every player. But you definitely feel a different energy. What's the expression? Keep the same energy. I think the WNBA would benefit from keeping the same energy of the NWSL and the PGA.